You know, I have many memory songs. Songs I'm going to recall, special somethings that happened, you understand? And every time I hear it, I recall the time like, that's right. I kept yelling, don't stop! Don't stop! Don't stop! And by the time the mothers got turned on, you understand, I was worn out. Reminded me of a girl by the name of Sherry, you think? New York City. Rockin' and roll. Look out, Brooklyn. I know where you're at, baby. Get your band down together. Sherry, baby, Sherry. Sherry, baby, Sherry.
I would have been fired.
Hey, Coach, did you shoot me once with a gun? I am recording this, whether you like it or not.
Hey, listen. I told you the next time you jumped off sides in a dummy call that I was going to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a track pistol. And I says, you know what, I had it, and remember those gold jackets that we had?
Oh, yeah.
And be damned if you didn't jump all sides. And I says, you know, I had enough of your shit, Span, this is it. and I brought the gun out, and everybody knew what I was going to do, and you were coming back to the huddle, and I start firing the thing at your feet, and you were jumping up in the air. I'm sorry, Coach. I'm sorry, Coach. It won't happen again. You know, are you crazy? You thought it was a real gun. And like I said, in today's world, I would have been fired. That would have gotten out, and they'd have said, no, you pulled. Yeah, because you can't have guns anymore.
Hey, Coach.
You know that?
Tell us about going to camp when I was a sophomore, and we'd be down there near the woods on that camp we went to. Remember?
Oh, anything with that camp is, Bill, that we made one mistake.
Yeah.
We brought that team back to Virginia Beach.
That one in 19.
That was the biggest mistake we ever made. I was glad we took everybody there to that park, whatever that national park, that state park was. I'm just trying to think of the name. But the worst thing we ever did was bring that team back.
Yeah.
It was bad.
That team was only beat Booker T. But we had fun beating Booker T, remember? We pulled out the music. That team was the bad team.
The sad part of it is Booker T beat you your senior year, and that should have never happened.
Oh, yeah, after I dislocated my shoulder.
I'm just saying that should have never happened.
I wasn't participating, so I can't claim responsibility. You're the one who coached that game. I was,
Yeah,
all you lacked was me.
Well, that should have never happened, but it did. And we should have been 8-2 and
I know.
4, but hindsight's 20. But I'm reading a good book now, Lou Holtz's book. My wife had found some books, and I got reading that on the beach the other day, and I haven't been able to put it down. It goes through his whole career, because you played William and Mary when you were in Carolina.
Well, no, he was already at NC State.
At NC State? Okay.
William and Mary
right.
had, those guys, the all the boys from, the Carey brothers, Dickie Carey.
Yeah, right.
And, well, anyway, so guess what? In 75, I'm going to tell the story. Coach, listen, I am recording, this, so don't think that you can get away with anything. So, well, listen to this, Coach. 1975, opening play. I'd been there 2 years, redshirted 74. So it's my third season. Finally get to play, opening play, Boom Boom Betterson, at Chapel Hill against William and Mary, the Carey brothers. He takes the ball on the 8-yard line, goes 92 yards for a score on opening play, my first play of 75 season, and I threw a block, and it was enough of a block for him to get around me, but it was the last guy in between me and him and the goal line. And so I did my little thing, and then he went right around me, and then I chased him down for 92 yards for an opening touchdown score on the kickoff in my first play. Yeah. My one good play, Coach.
Well, that's okay. Some people never get a chance to play.
I had one, and you know what? It was because of you that I got that one good play, Coach.
Well, that's nice. You've always said that. That makes me feel good.
Well, I always tell you, players make coaches, right?
Well, you have to have something to work with. You don't have that person. If you didn't want to lift weights and you didn't want to work out, there's plenty of them that never wanted to do that, and they wonder what happened to them. And then, of course, they'll come. Had a kid stop me one time in Home Depot, and that I coached in the late 70s or early 80s, I guess it was. I don't know exactly. And he says, I'm still mad at you because you made me quit football. You were the reason I quit football. I'm going, oh, really? What it was that by the time we were done, he understood why he quit football. He basically admitted it, that he was afraid to tackle a kid for Princess Anne, not once but twice. So, I can't leave you in the game as a defensive back if you're not going to tackle somebody. So he quit because he got his tail between his legs instead of being a little bit tougher, and said that won't happen again. Said that was easy, blamed it on Armstrong. So,
hey,
I tell you, I'm sorry after all these years, 30-some years, you feel that way. But, it is what it is.
Hey, Coach, we're on this party. We sort of have what I call a philanthropic or a foundational kind of inspiring motive for the young people. That's why I was mentioning like Nabil's children and his son's children. Well, anyway, Mansfield's coming with his his widow is attending with her 2 boys. So while they're there, I want you to they're in college, right? They need like the lessons of the the old sheep, the guys who walked down there and did them all, the old Rams and stuff. So the old Tar Heels are going to pass on our knowledge to the young people who want to have as much a good a life as we did and not screw up like that guy you talked about just did.
Right.
So we're sort of having an inspirational thing where people like you and Guttermuth and the other old coaches and you can pass on your knowledge we'll have a few young people there, like Mansfield's kids and Nabil. I know his son's kids will be there and other guys like that. And so we're going to have like Randy White and Tony Dorsett and Archie Griffin coming in on Skype and stuff like that, like I told you.
Right.
Maybe Joe Montana, whatever. So we played against all those guys, and we're going to pick the best players of the 70s. Who is the most courageous, brave, and loyal? So there'll be 3 categories, and then there's an overall category. And the courageous part is like, who is the funniest that made me laugh? That was sort of like the goofball that was at least inspiring. Maybe it wasn't that good of a player, but the bravest was the total badass player. And then the most loyal was like Archie Griffin, who stayed there 4 years. But you know what? Everybody stayed there 4 years. So we were the heyday before all the guys went early. All us guys, even the basketball players like Mitch Kupchak and Bobby Jones and Phil Ford and all those contemporaries of ours and Davis and Walter. Anyway, Coach, I'm excited to see you. We're going to have a vote for the best basketball player, the best wrestler, and the best football player of the 70s at each position and each weight class. So that's how you're involved, Coach. And yeah.
Okay, I will be there. I definitely will be there. And what I'll do is I'll give you a holler, when I get back to Virginia Beach, but it's MikeVoigt.com, right?
Mm-hmm. It's Mike's name, MikeVoigt.com.
Yeah, I'll go under that.
And then tell everybody all the usual suspects. Coach, I'm going to let you go. Nice talking to you after all these years.
Hey, same here, yeah, and you say hello to Melanie and everybody.
Okay.
Okay, man.
Bye.
Here, thanks, Bill.
Bye.
Bye.